Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is 16 and 17 of 61 days of Icad 2023. So today I'm starting off with my 4x6 cards, index cards, and I'm going to stick paper down. I'm using regular school glue, and I'm just going to stick down some book pages, two different types, one that's really old and one that's old but the page is still white. So we have some nice contrast happening, and the font of both pages are also different, which is it's cool. It's a nice contrast as well. I felt like starting a little different today. As usual, I didn't know what to do, but I knew that I wanted to start with some book pages, and I felt that having done that, it would guide me to, doing something else. So the next thing that came to mind was to just add some color on top of this. So when it's done, I'm gonna just dry it and then add some color. The colors I'm using today are yellow, orange, black and white. I don't know, I realize I kind of gravitate towards these colors a lot. I don't know, it's bright, makes me feel happy, probably. And on the left side, I thought I'll stick down the blank piece of the page. It doesn't need to have words, which is cool. So I'm just gonna squiggle that all over the card. I really had intentions of leaving some white space, but I guess my hand had a mind of its own. And here I'm trying to put it back in because I just found it was looking way too yellow. Too much. So while I was drying that, I saw these pieces of quote-unquote sticks off to the side, which is actually some cut-offs from a previous piece that I did. And of course I saved it because I knew it would look so cool on one of my cards. And I thought about trying something different, so I decided to find a different type of thread or cord, because it's thicker than regular It's thicker than regular thread. It's by Red Lotus. I don't know what kind of thread it is, but it's very old, so it bursts easily. But I thought I could use it, and I just wrapped it around the quote-unquote sticks, those strips. And then for some of them, I thought I would colorize some of them. I was going to do it brown, but then I couldn't find I wanted to do dark brown to go with the orange yellow card, but I couldn't find it. So I thought, I'll just do black and get it over with. And then I discovered another card hiding behind one. So I was like, yay, I have more cards, more strips. So I just did that. And then instead of the brown, I just added some orange on top, which kind of looked like it was kind of brownish. And, I just kind of randomly put it. But it was just to add very small hints of color, which at the end you probably wouldn't even notice anyway, but the idea was to just add some small hints of the orange in it. And I'm just going to wrap it around again, so it's going to show up because it's white against black. So I thought that would look cool. So I'm just going to wrap it and tape both ends. I'm using masking tape to tape it. And I'm just painting the masking tape so that it's nice and black to coincide with the rest of the card. And with these white strips, I am just brushing it gently over the string so that the string gets the color and the masking tape, but not the card in the background. I just thought that looked so cool. I wanted to scream. I got so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, this looks so good. Yeah. So then I thought, okay, let me try and interlock them somehow and put them on both cards. But halfway through this, I was thinking, but then, Gina, both of your cards going to look the same and you want it to look kind of different. So, I don't know. I did some very tiny variations, but not much. So they're very, very, very similar cards, but still very slightly different. I like them both. I just love, look at that. It makes me feel to make some more strips and just have them ready for whenever to do whatever with. Seriously, it's so cool. So I had a little trouble with this part, trying to get it staying together to remain connected and intertwined, and then trying to stick it down. I'm so sure that there was an easier way to do this, but for the life of me, I will catch my skin. But it's all good. It's all part of the process, and I love it. So now I'm going to clamp these down. My aim was to get them to be off. I didn't want everything the same height and the same length. So I had them different lengths and I wanted them not, level with each other. That was my aim when I was getting these stuck down. The bottom one, I should have actually cut it shorter than having it reach all the way to the bottom. So I made a little boo-boo there on both cards, because with both of them, they both reach down to the bottom, and I should have cut it before. But I mean, you live and you learn, right? Yeah, I really was just trying to get it stuck down. Right, so I cut out this 8. I was looking through for some stencils, and I saw numbers that I had printed out, and I thought, let me add a number, and I chose number 8, and I cut around it and inside, and I just stuck it down there. So now I'm gonna try and get them stuck so that everywhere is, you see, it keeps raising up. So I'm just gonna clamp them down and put it aside to dry. And I'm going to do the same with the other one. So I have my clamps off, it's mostly dry, and now I'm going to put a border because it looks just really unfinished. And after I put the border, I'm going to look at it and see what else it might need. So I'm using acrylic paint and water, and then I thought, let's do some drips. And it looks so nice. So I'm doing these drips and just making it nice and black and drippy, and then I'm gonna look at it and see what else I need to do after that. With this card, I actually forgot to stick that plant down before I stuck my strips down. But I decided to put a nice script stamp background, just a couple places, and then I'm going to stick it down. So I'm going to have to peel up a piece of it and then stick it over again. I should have stuck it down before I stuck my strips, but that's okay. It didn't completely dry, thank God. And then after I stuck that down, I was thinking I should have put a border on it. So this is me now trying to put a border, which is really messy. And I was like, Gina, you should at least take your time and switch brushes and use a smaller brush. But I was like, you know what? This card could be just a messy card and it's fine and it's going to look good. That's what I told myself. Because I didn't want to stop. So I just did a messy black border, doing some splashes. Some of the drops were too big, so I just wiped it up quickly with the rag there. And I'm trying to add some more. I like the marks that are left behind actually. But yeah, I just wanted some nice splashes, some small and some medium ones. And I decided to add some on this card too, because why not? And I don't know if I'm finished with this. I'm looking at it thinking, am I done? I didn't like how my 8 turned out because of all my drips. So I'm just trying to border it with the white again. Well, I cut it with a white border, but I'm trying to put it back. And then I kind of messed it up, so I had to come back in with the black. But this card was not all about perfection. It was just about getting something done. Honestly, today I really didn't feel like creating. It was on my mind constantly, but it wasn't on my mind for me to get up and get to my desk. It was just on my mind. So my words today are, for this card, it's valued. I chose it because of the number 8. That was the only, there's no significance to number 8 for me. I just liked the look of it. I like the size of it. I like the font. And valued, we put value to different things. And of course, a lot of people put value in figures, finances, ratings, whatever. So I just thought that word applied to that card. That's what came to mind when I saw it, and with this card. So yeah. But for me, my value is not in those things. But it just applied for me in this sense because of, I'm just going around in circles. And then for this card, my word that I chose, it took me a long time and I'm still not settled, but I chose simple because I just simply like plants and leaves, and I just even though the strips were not very simple because of how it was wrapped and the intertwining of it, I still felt that simple applied because I think as well that's how I felt at the time. It also took me a long time to decide where to put the word, but I finally decided and I just gave it a little shadow to help it stand out and look a little, look like something on the page, on the card. So I actually like these two cards very much, very, very much. And I plan to use that wrapping of the strip in another card or in another way at some point in the future. I like it. So I plan to use it again. So my shadow came out a lot fatter than I planned because, when you make a mistake and you try to fix it and it just spreads. So that's what happened, but it's fine. And then I didn't like how the outline of the plant was looking. So I finally decided to use a smaller brush and I neatened it up. But I actually like that effect because it has the first outline, which is lighter and a little messier. And then it has the thicker, darker outline. And you can see the both of them. So I actually like that. So It was a win-win. Even though I was being lazy in the beginning, it's a win-win. So these are my 2 cards for today. I hope you like them. I did. The process was interesting, fun and frustrating at the same time. And I hope your creation process is going great. And I will see you in the next video. As always, I look forward to your comments. And I'll see you soon. Bye!